What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So I haven't posted in a minute. It's because I've been having internet issues. I've pretty much been using my hotspot to upload my videos and do everything I need to do at my apartment, but I've now got internet, so shouldn't really be a problem. We've got Virizion Raid Hour, and I did Raid Hour last week and a couple other videos, but wasn't able to upload them. So let me know if you're interested in seeing any of that. If so, I can get, at least last week's Raid Hour, I can get that posted and you guys can watch that if you'd like to. So with that being said, we've got Raid Hour here in about, 10 minutes. So hopefully we can get a shiny Virizion or a hundo or even a Shundo. That'd be pretty great. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Well, I opened my game and we've got some eggs hatching, so before we do Raid Hour, let's go ahead and see what we get here. The first egg is going to give us a Larvitar. I really like not to see that anymore, but egg number 2 is going to be that one right there, so that's fun. And number 3 is, okay, shouldn't have said nothing. That's usually what happens, but how about number 4 is a Pawniard. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Number 5 is going to give us a Larvitar. Okay, that's fun. How about number 6? A Dreepy. Unfortunately, that can't be shiny. Lucky number 7, possibly another Pawniard. And number 8 has in store another Pawniard. How about number 9 though? Bring us something. Well, it's a Tinkatink, so that's pretty fun. We'll go ahead and check these real quick, see if we got a magical hundo in here. Very close on that Larvitar. A decent Pawniard, but yep, nothing in there, so way too many Larvitars for my liking, but let's get into Raid Hour. Alright, we've got our first Virizion brought down. That'd be cool if we got a shiny on the first one, but before we get too far into this, let me know what you think about this event that's going on right now. I'll give you my opinion here in a bit when we do some research collections, but let's focus on this Virizion, and we are looking for a 1727 without weather boost. And is it pink? It is, right off the bat, so that's pretty freaking awesome. We got the shiny on the first one. That is amazing. It is a 1672, so definitely not a Shundo, but we will definitely take the shiny on the very first raid of Raid Hour. That is awesome. Unfortunately, this isn't our, fortunately that was a bad throw, but unfortunately this isn't our very first raid for Virizion, but we'll take it. Didn't have to work super hard for it, so that's pretty nice. And there it is being registered to the deck, so one and done. I guess we can just call it a video. Now we'll keep grinding, but let's go ahead and take a look just for fun. Yeah, pretty terrible, but like we always say, we'll take it. We have our second Virizion brought down, and let's see if we can get back-to-back shinies. That'd be really sick, but hopefully we get something better than the last one, because the last one was pretty bad. And let's go ahead and check this right now. Back-to-back shinies possibly. No, we did not, but a 1712, so definitely better than what we got last time. And this one has been caught. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, definitely a whole lot better than the first one. And the next one is brought down. Maybe you can see we've got a pretty decent group going right now, so that's pretty fun. Then we also have some more people over here, but we're taking these out pretty quickly, which is really nice. So we might get some time to chill out and wait for the next ones to spawn, but can we get another shiny 2 out of 3 maybe? No, we did not. And a 1689. So we still got a lot of improvement to do, but the 1712 wasn't terrible, but I'd like something a little bit better. And 2 balls in, we've got this one caught, and yeah, pretty bad. We've got another one brought down, so maybe we can go 2 for 4, 50% shinies would be pretty good. I would really love to get a better shiny than what we got, but if we don't, at least we got the one. But let's see here, not shiny, and a 1653. So now I'm just being kind of greedy, wanting more, but you can always hope, right? And there we go, an excellent throw with the thumb. Usually I whiff that in front of you guys, and we're not gonna catch it on the first ball, but let's try that again. See if my luck's getting better with the throws. Nope, I just did one good one and thought I was doing something, but I wasn't. We are back and we've got this one caught. 1653 is gonna be pretty bad. Almost the floor. Dang, that'd have been cool. We've got another Virizion brought down, and I did catch a glimpse of this one, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be pretty freaking bad. But let's go ahead and see. It is not shiny, but you know, we did get some XP right there, so that's pretty fun. A 1698. Yeah, nothing too great. I honestly thought it was a 50. What was it? 98. I thought it was a 58, but you know, is what it is. And this one wanted to be difficult, unlike all the other ones, but we did get it caught, and it's, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but we'll take it. We've got, I believe, is our 6th Virizion brought down, and I tried to get Brandon, or you know, BC Go, you guys may know him as that. I tried to get him to come out today, but he wasn't really feeling Virizion. But you know, it's all good. We had a pretty good time last week, and let's see if we can get another shiny. Now, as I was saying, I'll tell you right now, this event I'm not super excited about, and we'll go more over that later, but an event I am excited about is the Munchlax Hatch Day. That's gonna be pretty freaking awesome. A Shundo Munchlax would be pretty amazing, or even just a really good one would be pretty awesome. But let's get back to this and see what we get. Not a shiny and a 1659, so this one is gonna be just absolutely amazing. All right, we've got this Virizion caught, and for some reason, these two on this side of the park put up a pretty good fight. The rest of them were pretty easy, but are you ready to see some IVs of which the likes you've never seen before? Right there, yeah. So if you get something better than that, that's just absolutely insane, but I dare you to get something better. All right, this one is number 7 on the day, and this will take us to the halfway point. Well, let's see if we can get another shiny. That'd be fantastic, but we didn't. That's unfortunate. 1680, so I guess that's a fun one. All right, that 1680 has been caught, and it is nothing super exciting, but we'll take it. All right, Virizion number 8 is brought down, and let me know down in the comments your guys' best Virizion, you know, your best shiny or your best non-shiny. Either way, let me know down in the comments, and hopefully we can get a better shiny here. That'd be fantastic, but we didn't. And a 1663, so even if it was shiny, it wouldn't have been any better. All right, this one's caught. 1663 is, yep, pretty awful, but you know, it is what it is. We've got another Virizion brought down. Hopefully we can get a second shiny. A person here has got 2 shinies, so maybe we can be the next one to do it, but it's not gonna be right here. And a 1668, so kind of just like the other one, even if it was shiny, it wouldn't have been all that good. But we caught it on 1 ball, so that's pretty fun, and there you go. Yep, pretty bad. And yet another Virizion. We've got about 20 minutes left, so let's see how many more we can get done. And this one has pretty bad IV, so if it's a shiny, it's not gonna be any better than the last one. And another 1664, so another 1660 something actually. I think that is our first 1664, but you know, we'll take it, and we'll just get the candies, and hopefully we can get something great. And if you can believe it or not, we've got yet another Virizion. And this one is a 1712, I did see that, so maybe it will be shiny. It is not. It is definitely green instead of pink, but you know, it's got a little pink on it, but not as much as we would have liked to see. Are you guys tired of seeing Virizion yet? Because we've got yet another one, and hopefully it's really pink, but no. Unfortunately, it wasn't any good either, so it's all good. We at least got one, which is pretty exciting, but we still have 15 minutes, and I think there's maybe 2, maybe 3 raids left we can do. Maybe we can get a second shiny, but if we don't, you know, we can always lucky swap it. And this one is not being very nice, but I'm also not doing the best of throws on it, as you've seen. You know, that one just whiffed it a little bit too high, but that wasn't gonna catch it. I was gonna say, but maybe let's see. Definitely wasn't gonna work. Need to hit an excellent, need to get that XP, you know. Never stop grinding for that XP. Finally caught this one. This is again in the area where they were putting up a fight, and you know, yeah, it's decent enough, I guess. This is probably gonna be our second to last Virizion, so let's see what this one brings for us. And are you going to be a shiny? You are not. And a 1681, so we've got plenty of bad ones today. We've got our final Virizion of the night, and let's see if we can start with a shiny and end with a shiny. That'd be pretty exciting, right? And survey says, no, we cannot. And a 1683, so plenty of bad ones, but you know, it's all good. As I said, now that raid hour is over, let's go ahead and do these researches real quick. And the first one is the Drillbur, not shiny, unfortunately, in a 566. We've got that Drillbur caught, and let's take a look. Yeah, pretty bad. We have not had much luck with IVs today. Up next we have Elgin, but yet another not shiny. So my opinion on this event is I don't really like the, you know, the location, the biome, you know, because I haven't really found a good spot, and a lot of the people around here don't really know a good spot to find Wiglet, so I've yet to catch one, and I've yet to catch a toadstool, even though there is some at the park right here, so I might go catch one of those before I leave. But let's go ahead and check this out. Yep, terrible, as we figured. So yeah, I'm not too excited about this event. You know, they at least could have put the toadstool and the Wiglet in research, you know, that would have been a lot better, or in raids or something, you know, but some people are just out of luck and not having any spawns with them. So that's my take on this event. Let me know what you think. But this next one is a small live that is not shiny. Does the small live have bad IVs like the rest of them? Yes. So we were just in a rut today with those, but you know, it happens. This next one is a sandy gas, not shiny, and a 525, I'm gonna guess, is not very good, but we will see. Here we have that sandy gas, and are you gonna follow the pattern? Nope, you were actually almost a hundo. That'd have been pretty cool. And now for the premium timed research, let's see what we get from these. The first one is a Fido, unfortunately cannot be shiny, and I do believe that we already have the hundo of this one, so, you know, it is what it is. It has been caught in a quick check before we move on. Yeah, better than a lot of the stuff we've got today. Up next, we have a Rufflet that is not shiny and a 616. How about you, Rufflet? Are you any good? It's decent. The next encounter we have is another Sandy Gast and a 499. We've got one more encounter before our final encounter, and this one is going to give us a Beldum that is not shiny and a 410. I want to say that for some reason a 415 is jumping out at me, so this one actually might have pretty decent IVs. Now that we've got it caught, was I correct or was I crazy? Yeah, it's somewhere in there. Now for the final rewards, we are going to get 3 lucky eggs, we are going to get 1,500 Stardust, and then we're going to get an encounter with a Trubbish, which is not shiny, and a 411. Don't know if that's any good or not. We've got the Trubbish caught, and yeah, pretty terrible, so it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, not the most exciting event. I wish they had done it a little bit different. I usually look forward to Adventure Week, but this one is just not super exciting. But we did get the shiny Virizion today, which is super awesome. If you did like this video, please consider leaving a like. That'd be really appreciated. And if you want to see more of this content, you can check it out right here. Don't forget, you can subscribe on the other side. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.